This is the Louie Tee Network.
Who else could it be but me, your man, Louie Tee? Welcome to Lockdown Coverage, week number 8 in the National Football League, AFC East family business. You know how the family do it. New England Patriots at Buffalo, the only loss the Patriots have suffered on this season, again, without Brady. But then again, they were 3-0 prior to that loss without Brady. So really no excuses there. Patriots looking for a little bit of revenge. And revenge, as we all know, is a dish best served ice cold. And that's exactly what Brady was in this game. The man was cold-blooded as he shredded that Buffalo Bills defense. We'll talk about that here in a second. But before we do, welcome to the Louie Tee Network. For those of you who haven't already done so, subscribe to the Louie Tee Network for more great content in 2016 and beyond. We're changing the game over here. I want you to be a part of it, so hit the subscription button. Also, I'm on Twitter at In the Lab Room is the Twitter handle. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I'm also on Facebook. In the Lab Room is the Facebook page. All of my social media platforms right up above. So go ahead, like, follow, and of course, subscribe on YouTube to all my multiple different platforms on social media. If you're watching this and you're on Twitter, go ahead and use the hashtag LouieTeeLive to leave a comment. If you're watching this on the actual live feed on YouTube, use the hashtag LouieTeeLive to have your comment read at the end of this breakdown. Don't break down blowouts the same way and ass whoopers the same way I do competitive football games. You know the routine. You know how this goes. For those of you who don't, simply, I give you what I saw from afar on ass whoopings and beatdowns, and this game was exactly that. Patriots dominated this game essentially from start to finish. There was a little bit of a resistance from the Bills early, but the Patriots pulled away in the third quarter and made this game basically over in the second half. And the marvelous and brilliance of Tom Brady was on display in this game. So let's get to what I saw from afar. And let's start with the victors. To the victors go the spoils. We always start with the victors in these types of scenarios. So let's start with the Patriots in this game. Tom Brady, we got to start there. I mean, this guy just never ceases to amaze me. It's raining. It's wet. You're expecting this to be one of those LeGarrette Blount type of ball games where they bludgeoned the other team to death with Blount. And it just wasn't that type of party. They came out throwing the football. And this was one of those games where you said, okay, Bill's been getting after the quarterback of late. Lorenzo Alexander leading the league in quarterback sacks. They're starting to get a little healthier up front. Marcel Darius said he was going to play in this game. You're looking at a situation where now you've got some of your guys starting to get back into the fold if you're the Bills. Got your rookie back now. He got his first sack on the season, or in his career actually, in this game. So you're thinking, okay, we can get after Brady in this game, be a little bit aggressive. And they had the Patriots early in this game, and I think this is where you saw the marvelous of Brady in this game, was him rolling out and finding ways to extend plays, buy time, and hit guys down the field. They get a penalty on a deep ball where Brady extends, and finds Edelman way down the field. And then they get a penalty, so they bring it back, and they turn around, and Brady then the next play on 3rd and long finds Chris Hogan, a.k.a. 7-11, open or down the sideline, streaking for a touchdown. Beautiful throw by Brady. And again, all of this is being done in wet and damp conditions in Orchard Park. You know, it's not the easiest to throw the football there. Brady could care less. I thought his ability to manipulate the pocket and buy time in this game was off the charts good. And again, you don't see Brady move very often, but when he has to, he can. And you saw that he will in this game. And I just thought he did some tremendous things. And when guys weren't open, he simply did not miss. That throw to Gronk, you can't throw it any better. He couldn't have ran up and handed that to Gronk any better. Beats the defender, gets into the end zone. Brady was on today, 22 of 33 for over 3 and some change. They didn't need a lot from the running game because Brady was so efficient. And the thing that separated the two teams in this game, the Patriots scored touchdowns, and the the Bills just couldn't keep pace. And they needed to get stops defensively, and they just could not do it in this game. When the first touchdown of the game, Brady gets out of the pocket, buys time, finds an open receiver in the end zone, Amendola for a touchdown. And those were the type of back-breaking plays that happened today. That was a third down, and the pass to Hogan was a third down. They just couldn't get off the field when they needed to, could the Bills defense. And that was all a testament to Tom Brady and his pocket mobility in this football game. Another thing that I want to talk about with the Patriots is the defense wasn't great in this game. Although they went out and they did some good things and they got stops when they needed to and they forced field goals. And that's one thing the Patriots will always do. You can say what you want about them giving up yards. You can say what you want about them giving up field position, 20-20 and so forth and so forth. They don't give up a ton of points, and they did it again in this game. They gave up yards. Tyrod Taylor was able to escape and extend plays, and they allowed the Bills to go right down the field on the first drive. But what did the Bills have to settle for? A field goal, and that's why the Patriots week in and week out get the job done, is because while other teams are giving up touchdowns defensively, they're making teams have to settle for field goals. You get into the red zone 4 or 5 times versus the Patriots, generally you're going to have to settle for 2 or 3 field goals with those 4 or 5 possessions, and that's why they find a way to win, because on offense, they get into the red zone, they're scoring touchdowns. Meanwhile, on the defensive side, they get into the red zone, and they're only giving up field goals. So that's how you win in this league, is keeping teams from scoring touchdowns and putting those up on the scoreboard. Patriots do it better than most teams in this league. Again, wasn't the prettiest performance by the defense, but when it mattered the most, they kept the Bills out of the end zone. They get it done. Very impressive. Gronk continues to have his way with the Bills. He's been a Buffalo Bills killer. Another 100-yard performance in this game, another touchdown. He continues to show why he's the best tight end in the league, getting the job done. Patriots just steamroll the Bills in this game, 41-25, going to 7-1, the first 7-win team in the season this year. And the Bills had a chance to really close the gap in the AFC East with the win here and a sweep of the season series from the Patriots, and could not get it done. You move over to the Buffalo Bills in this game, and it was their inability to make plays in this game. They had opportunities. One that comes to mind, Preston Brown gets into the backfield on Brady. Brady has no idea on a third down that Preston Brown has gotten behind him and has a chance to make a play. And if he is a smart and savvy football player, a veteran, a ball-hungry, playmaking, a defensive player here, goes for the football. Damn the sack on Brady. I want the ball. Brady has no idea he's got company behind him. You go for the football there. It's coming out whether your team recovers or not. You don't know, but at least you'd like the opportunity to find out. Instead, he sacks Brady instead of knocking the ball out of his hands again. An unsuspecting Brady had no clue that Preston Brown was behind him. Those are the difference between winning and losing and making plays and settling. And they settled there, the Bills. And it was that type of day. You needed to make a play for your defense. You needed to force the issue and see if you could create a short field for your offense on a day where they were finding it hard to get in the end zone. Maybe a short field would have been what the doctor ordered. Instead, you force a punt. And those are the types of plays. If you're going to beat the Patriots, those are the types of plays you got to make. You got to force a fumble there and see if one of your guys can scoop and score. One of your guys can fall on the football. 1st and 10, you're inside the red zone at the 18-yard line, and you got a shot to get in the end zone. Those are the kinds of plays that change games, and the Bills just failed to take those opportunities in this ball game. I thought they came out well early on. I'd like to see them use Reginald Bush a little bit more. He had a foolish play in this game, throwing the ball backwards to Tyrod Taylor. Could have been a disaster, but he caught the ball out of the backfield well. Even when you get Shady McCoy back healthy, I think you need to use Reginald Bush a little bit more than you're using him currently. Don't think you use him enough. But just to give you a little perspective on how bad the Bills are at receiver right now, I know Chris Hogan had a field day coming back to Buffalo and sticking it to his former team. You got to admit that the cupboard is very, very bare in Buffalo right now when Walt Powell is your best receiver on the field and making the biggest impact for this team. I saw him looking to catch the football down the field way too many times. That's a problem. There aren't enough talented difference-making receivers. Justin Hunter is solid. He's not the type of guy you want to rely on. Neither is Walt Powell. And I don't think Walt Powell is that bad. I just don't think he's that good not to be the starring role receiver on your football team, getting targets in the end zone repeatedly down the sidelines. It's a bad look for this Bills offense right now. They just don't have enough playmakers. And when Goodwin isn't healthy, and you seem like Samuel Watkins is never healthy, you just don't have enough playmakers out there. And they're hurting right now at the receiver position. They weren't able to get it done. The running game, I thought, was solid. Gillespie had 82 yards on just 15 or 16 carries or some odd like that. I mean, he had a really good game, 12 for 85, something along those lines, and a touch. I thought they ran the ball effectively. It wasn't enough outside to help Tyrod Taylor. There aren't enough playmakers. There aren't enough guys that scare you on that Bills offense right now, and because of it, you run into a team like the Patriots who are a buzzsaw, who can score 40, who did score 40. It's just not enough. And so I didn't think the Bills made enough plays. Patriots went 9 of 13 on third downs in this game. You can't win in this league if you're giving up third downs at that kind of clip. You're talking about over 70% on third downs. That's just asinine, especially against Brady and company. Got to find a way, if you're not going to generate any turnovers, which the Bills didn't do in this game, going to have to find a way to get Brady off the field. The Bills simply just did not do that. No game-changing plays on special teams. No big plays at all for this Bills team. Offensively, for the most part, it was a lot of trying to manipulate that Patriots defense and work your way down the field, and you needed to hit some big plays. You needed some game-changing plays. I'll go back to that. It just wasn't enough of those in this game by the Buffalo Bills. They don't get it done 41-25. After winning 4 in a row, after dropping the first 2 of the season and getting to 4-2, the Bills have now dropped 2 straight, and they're back to 500 on the season at 4-4. Meanwhile, the Patriots continue to roll in this division. They're going to run away with this division yet again for what seems like the 5th out of 6 years or so, and they're going to win this division, and they're not going to have much competition for this crown. They'll probably lock it up around week 12 or 13 and be able to coast and try to win home field advantage. And the way the AFC is shaping up, there probably won't be any resistance to home field advantage either. If they can just stay healthy, I see the Patriots running away with the entire conference as they're 7-1 on the season after the beatdown of the Bills in Orchard Park. That's going to do it for this. Oh, got a couple comments. Let's read those. Captain Spartan 04 says, can we just put Gronk in the Hall of Fame already? He's there. You don't have to worry about it. That man is basically there already. If his career ended tomorrow, there would be a discussion for Gronk as a Hall of Fame tight end. That's how good he's been already in his career. Captain Spartan 04 says, Bills need to go back to the 4-3 before it's too late. They just really didn't get the job done defensively. They've been playing better defensively this season. They just didn't get it done today. Anal Probe 9000 says, what up, Lou? Got to branch out from Skidville. Anyway, Brady doing Brady things. Amazing to watch that team. It is, man. Just to see the way that they operate offensively and how in this game it wasn't your technical, surgical Brady in the pocket just shredding them. It was Brady moving, creating, extending, and hurting them with off-schedule plays. And so that's another dynamic and dimension that the Patriots add to their arsenal when Brady is able to move and guys can create down the field by just extending the play. Okay, Brady breaks away from the pocket. I'm going to go down the field now, and we're going to make this a scramble drill. And Brady was phenomenal in this game, really hurting the Buffalo Bills time and time again, extending plays in this game. Patriots get it done 41-25. Captain Spartan 04 says, the Patriot front seven, Young, Malcolm Brown, Mingo, Flowers, Valentine, Van Noy, Collins, and Hightower. Good job by Belichick building this. And they've been trading for guys like crazy to try to put this thing together. As you named Van Noy in there, another trade they just got from the Lions. They've been collecting a lot of teams, young players, Shea McClellan, guys like that, Barkevius Mingo, collecting a lot of younger players to see if they can resurrect some of these talented football players who were high draft picks who haven't panned out in their last locations. And they're not giving up much to get these guys, 6th and 7th round picks to get some of these guys. And if they can get them to play the type of football that saw them be high draft picks by their former teams, the Patriots could be on to something. We'll see. A lot of young guys, a lot of gelling to do, but I tell you what, the Patriots continue to get it done as they win this game and go to 7-1 on the season. That's going to do it for me here on Lockdown Coverage. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we continue to break it down all here on Lockdown Coverage. I'll see you guys next time. Remember, we're changing the game one live feed at a time. Patriots get it done 41-25, go to 7-1, create some serious distance between them and the rest of the AFC East as the closest competitor in the division, the Bills, now fall to 4-4 on the season. See you on the next breakdown. Have a good one.